Hi guys, this is Big33 here with another RPG Maker 2 or RPG Maker 2000 for PlayStation 2 tutorial. This is going to be how to make a heart monitor or something similar. I've already done that in another script. I currently don't have any saved where I have that, but I'm going to attempt to do this correctly. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to File and delete all. This is just a previous project from a video, so it's not that important. We'll go to File, New, Beginner, and this will give you access to everything in the game, but it won't let you edit it. So to edit that, you go to Preferences, User Level, tab, in hard mode, and this will allow you to successfully change any of the game data. So the first thing we need is a variable, and this is going to be maybe we don't need a variable for this. I'm going to try this without a variable. So we're going to go to Scripts, create a new script here, and we're going to call this HP Monitor. And this will display our HP. So the first thing you want to do is go to Data, Flags, and since HP isn't normally included in alterations, to change that you have to go to Stat Check Type and turn it on. When on, it will include all the exclusions of the off position. So it'll not have as many changes. Like it won't change your HP, your armor, your equipment, but when on, it will. So that's why we want that. And this is based for a one-player game, so we're only going to alter one member's data or require it. So go to Data, Variable, Member, Number, which is variable 86. Not total member item. We can go over that later. Member number 0, this will change it to the very first member, whatever you have that set as. All the data in the game starts at 0, so that's your factor for number 1 is 0. So 0 is the first member. And then we load that data, variable, no, data, member info, load. And then we go to Data, Script Branch Condition, Variable. If the HP is equal to a certain number, we're going to make it 4. I'm not going the right direction. I guess that's just life, huh? I'm not going the right direction. Maybe sometimes going the right direction. So we'll do hit points. We're going to have that equal to, it has to be equal. So we'll have it equal to 0. And then that'll be when you have no hit points. You'll die according to the game, but there's ways to make you die, but I don't really want to go into that now. But when you have no hit points, it won't display a heart. And when you have up to 4 hit points, it'll display as many hearts as you have hit points. So that's the point of this. And just change the value here to reach 4. In this order, 0 to 4. That way it's easier to keep track of. We have it listed here on the right. If you hold R1, and L1 will scroll the screen. It's easier to see your input that way. So when no hit points, nothing. Win 1 hit point, 1 heart. Win 2 hit points, 2 bubble, so on. So we'll add to that later. The first thing you want to do is go into graphics, visual effects, and create new data. And we want this to be a 2D image. We're going to make it bubble. And go into the 2D setup. We're going to change the color of this just because red is a good color for health. I mean, it's pretty much overall. I'm going to change this a little bit. Let's make it... Yeah, let's do that and make it a little more yellow. The way it kind of looks reddish, blood. And then we're going to change the blend mode to normal. This will give a state of the originated color. Add will subtract contrast, and subtract will add contrast. So we'll make this normal, and this is our health bubble. And we're going to need an effect for each state of the HP. So we're going to call this 1 HP. 1 HP. And then edit this, create new data. And it's only going to have to be 1 frame long because we're going to have this repeat. We're going to move this, have it up here. And we're going to size this down considerably and move it again so it's kind of there. That'll be if you have 1 HP. We're going to update that. And then it only has to be 1 length. You can make it longer. We can copy this and then bring it out. Let's say 12. Paste it. And then edit it and change the transparency to 100%. And we want to see this, so let's go into map, and this will show us what it looks like on our screen. We just go back and forth here. Maybe it won't do that. I have to go to area maybe. Okay, edit. It's not showing it. I'm not sure why it's there. Edit this. Let me see. So there's that. It should work. It's just, maybe it's too tiny. Update that. So that'll display 1 hit point. Then we want to copy this and paste it. Copy this. And then paste by pressing X. We're going to edit this and we're just going to move the location. It's going to exist next to this other one. And we're going to copy this first piece here and paste it there and edit. And then we're going to make the transparency 100. So they all kind of flash on and off. What I didn't do in the previous visual effect, you go over to this right input here and hold down. It'll only equal to the length of the script. That's useful for repeating script. If you want it to extend so the effect fades, give it a little more time. But if you hold down on this right digit, once entering the editor, it'll only reach to the end. So we'll update that. Actually going to call that 2 HP, but I want to change this first so it only equals the length of the script. So I'll edit this, and you can see how this is working. This will display on the screen, so you'll see as these visual effects develop how it works in the script once we make the script. So here's 2 HP. We'll update that. And then we'll copy that. We want to copy the most recent one because it'll include up to the last input. So if we copy and paste, now we have 3. So if you copy the first one, make the second one, copy the second one, make the third one, so on. You'll have all the pieces in that order. So we'll just move this over so it's equidistant to the distance between all the other ones, just to make it clean. And then we'll copy this so we don't have to do that again. Paste it, edit it in one simple input of 100% transparency. And now we have 3 HP. So there's that. And we're almost to our last effect. Paste. And we'll call this 4 HP, not R. 4 HP. And we're basically just gonna copy this last input and paste it again. We don't need to change any of the color or effect. We just need to move it so it displays properly. And that's about the distance right there. So we'll do that, update it, and then copy this and paste it here on this last one. And then again with the transparency. Now we have 4 bubbles. So we'll update that. And then we'll go on to 1 HP and copy it. So we need something for 0 HP. We'll go to 0. And basically all you have to do here is go to delete. I mean, it's just not going to show anything. So it's easier. Now that we have all those, let's go back into our script and go to HP monitor. And this is going to be an action type script. It'll just work that way. The other way you would have to use a variable, I believe. So this is gonna load, and when the hit points change, it's gonna display the effects. So we go to script, apply together. And that's going to have to be an occurrence, I believe, for each of these individual conditions. So it's going to have to be an inclusion. And what we're going to do is go to apply together and create a screen effect. So screen effects. And make it on the... Actually has to be on the player. So I don't know how that's going to work. Screen display effects. Let's make that event. So it's going to display on the event. Going to be easier. And make the HP 0 because our start's 0, and make the repeat 0. If it repeats for 0, it will continue to repeat. If it repeats once, it'll happen once. If it repeats twice, 3, 4, it'll happen that many times. 0 is infinite. The reason we need this apply together is because of the infinite. It's just glitchy if you don't do that. And then now we need another condition here. So we'll go back into memory info load condition, hit points. And if hit points is equal to not 0, then data variable, no. Screen display, effects, clear all effects. So once it changes to not 0, it clears the effects. So we'll copy this here. We'll actually copy all of it. That'd be easier, wouldn't it? Use our brain. So if hit points 1, effects, hit point 1, and if hit points not 1, clear effects. So there we go. Every time the hit points are 1, while 1 if not 1, clear effects. So I'm going to copy this because I don't want to go backwards. Copy it. And I only need the interior of that. So I'll copy that. Actually need all of that. I need to copy that. And then paste it here within our hit points 2. And just alter as we go. It kind of helps if you do it that way. If you just alter as you go. And then we're just going to be changing the condition of this last input here until we've completed all our inputs. So I'll copy this again. You see, this is just really simple. If the hit points are equal to 3, display 3. If the hit points are equal to 0, display none. So on. And then we have to alter it so that when they're not, it clears the effects. That's the easiest input. For the last input, I'm not going to copy just because I'm already down here. Make that 4 and make that our 4th effect here. Check to see I have everything correct here. It's correct. Update. Now I'm going to go to game and general settings and change some things. Now this will only work for the first player, but you could have this work for other players. You would just have to have a separate script or one script that included all of the players, only if that player was in your party. I'll probably cover that later, but for right now we want the second member to be no one, and so on all the way down to the 4th, just for display purposes. And then we're gonna go into game, party members, and alter Verk's hit points to only equal the total number of input. So actually, how would that... Well, this is just for display purposes. As far as programming goes, to make that heart appear, you would have to add 1 to the hit points. But this is the display of the hearts. It's a monitor. So I'll go into that in the next video. So let's go ahead and go to stats and make it only equal to 4. And we'll make that 0. That way when you get a heart, you can add. So we'll do that. Now we need something to hurt the player. So let's create a script for that. Create script, create new data. And this will teach you how to alter base stat values. And we're gonna call this alter HP, or just simply HP minus. That'll help. HP minus. So HP minus will subtract Vert's XP. And how we're going to do that is going to data, target, attributes, hit points, subtract 1. And how we do that is go into data, system, substitute attribute for variable, data, system, substitute variable for attribute, data. That should be all I need. But member info save. I might need member info load in this. I think it just does target, but we'll go ahead and go to data, member info load. I don't think this is required. I think it just, that's what happens. So we'll update that. And this is going to be an item, so we have to create an event for that first. So we'll create 2 events since we haven't created our first. First is going to be HP display. I got a keyboard controller. These things are not the easiest to use. They really are and they're not. I forget often if I have it capped or have the number and uh, non-letter display tab press, so it gets difficult, but I deal with it. So we're going to do HP display, and this is going to be a system event, and we're going, what has to be a normal event or else it won't work. So make this a normal event. We'll make the motion our first created event. It's going to be HP monitor. We don't want the model to be anything. The direction doesn't matter. It's just going to be a model-less event. It's going to be invisible, basically. We don't want it to start, so we'll go to start equal. No, it doesn't matter. It won't start. So we'll update that. And that's going to do our HP display. Now we're going to create a new data, and call this HP, if I had the input yet, minus, and leave that, and go to system. Now, this is basically for data plugin for game functions like direct effect, indirect effect. It's basically counts as data, and a normal event counts as a physical representation of something, whereas this is just system data. So we'll apply HP minus and leave it at that, and update. Now I'm going to go back into my script and go to event placement, and we're going to create an event in this preset world. And what you want, I don't want that. Preset town. I've been working on my game so much I forgot. So go to preset town, and we can create this event. And it doesn't matter where it is, it can be outside the town. We want it to be that. It's going to be HP display, and this will display our hearts. So let's go there, update and exit. And we want to make a direct effect, an item that subtracts from our HP. So we're going to direct effects, create new data, and call this HP. Well, if only it was on the tab. It is, because it has to be. Just because I'm a dummy. HP minus. And this is going to take away from Verk's HP. We'll have the target be the party. Go to advanced and flow. We want this to be consumed because another function can function. Sounds like a bad recipe. Consume is going to be our HP minus, and why that is consume occurs when the item is used. We're going to include a game function in our script here, our HP minus script, and it's going to be data, system, item action, and use, and this will subtract the used item. So we'll update that and exit. We already have the direct effect plugin, so we can go straight to items and plug in that data. So we create new data by going down to the bottom there, down here, and go to basic, and we're going to call this poisoned apple. So we have a poisoned apple, and we'll just leave the apple. Probably should not eat it. Probably should not eat it. Probably should not eat it. I told you I was a dummy. So just make it fun. That's really all it is. And this plugin here under used will let us plug in a direct effect when the item is used. And you want to use the item action use unless it's a key item or something else. What the item action use does is it subtracts the item. It's just easier. This should work. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see. We'll go into our scripts here in our events and see if I plugged in the data. I don't remember. Yeah, that's there. And that's there. Okay. So, test play and start. See if this works. So there we go. I have 4 HP. You can see. There's the 4. I don't have the item though, so I have to add it. It's my brain not working again. Go into game, general settings, under the custom tab down to items, and we can add the poisoned apple. We'll add 4 so you can die basically. And update that and start. So now I have 4 poisoned apples and I can lose HP by eating apples. So we'll go to our bag here, we'll go to poisoned apple and we'll go to use, Verk. You see I walk, I still have 4 HP, so that didn't work. Maybe I did something wrong in the HP minus script, possibly. Target data, Oh, that's what I did. So the first thing I have to do is go to flags. I described this earlier. I just forget this sometimes. Go to stat check type and turn it on. This will activate HP, equip, multiple factors. I always had this on when altering data. I don't know why I didn't. But there we go. That should work. So we'll start that. And we'll go to, we see we have 4 HP, and I'll go to the bag and use the poison apple. He has 4 HP, why doesn't he have 3 HP? I don't know why, maybe it's just the way the game works. Maybe that, maybe. Let me see, so game, direct effects, HP minus, advanced, maybe it's under target. So target party, I already have that. Should have worked. Update and exit. Let me see if game info load works. Possibly that's where the error is. Because I know this function works. Delete data. Game info load, data, game info save. I think target data is game info, so that should work. If not, there is another way. So we'll start, see if this works again. It's just a matter of trial and error with this game. Generally, the whole game making process. So, let's go to poisoned apple and use on Verk. I still have 4 hit points, so that didn't work. Go to scripts, HP, and instead of target data here, we'll delete that and we'll go to just data. I think this is just a better function anyways, just data variable number 97 hit points is equal to itself for that member, because once the member's info is loaded, only its data is altered until you save it and load another member. So if the hit points is equal to itself, if hit points is current hit points once or that, so it's changing the current hit points equal to itself minus 1. So it's taking away 1. And that should work. I need member info here though. So we'll go to data, member info. Nope. Data, member info load. Delete that. I could have left it the other way. Wow. Data, member info, save. It's just input. Like I said, trial and error. So leave that and we'll start. And this should function. So we'll see how this works. So go to our item, bag, poisoned apple, use, Burke. Well, he has 3 HP, but it's only showing 4. So there's gotta be something else. Okay. So we'll go to scripts, HP monitor, variable member info load, each poison 0, clear all effects. And that says in 4, clear all effects is 4. Member info load. Don't know. Okay, so I have it up here. And then I have member info 0. Is not 0, is not 1. Is not 2. Is not 4. Is 4 is not 4. So the is not 4. Let me see. Has to be included in the is 4. So that means the end. Yeah, it ends after. So I don't know why that's occurring. I'll try this. So we're gonna go again to member info load and copy and put it before each of these conditions for is not. Maybe I already did, I don't know. Yeah, I did. So it's 0, hit point 0, load, clear all effects. Hit points is equal to 4. Maybe that's why. Okay. So this might work. So we'll go to script branch, repeat, and just leave it as off. It'll just repeat. So we'll copy the entire data and put this on repeat, update, and see if this works. So that should have worked. Yeah, the character is moving slow, so that's, yeah, I know what I did. So scripts, HP monitor, copy, apply together before the repeat, C. Apply together pretty much allows things to run within the same. So it's running slow. Let me see if it changes when I use the item. Bag. So that should have knocked me down to 3. Yes, that worked. So now I need something else. So this is gonna change it a little. So it cleared the effects and it created the 3, so that was successful. Now we just need to clear the effects right after the event. This will pretty much clear the event, since the event keeps repeating because it's within the repeat script branch repeat. I need to get rid of this. Maybe I did that there too. No. Okay. There we go. I'll go over this once we see it functioning. That's the whole process. Like I said, trial and error. Let's start and see if this works. So he shouldn't be walking slow now. See, now he has 4 hit points, you can see. So it's flashing. Go to scripts and go to HP edit. No, not HP minus, HP monitor. And we monitor here in between this first clear effect. If we go to other and this input wait, this will give some time between each display. So we'll make this 24. It's just under a second. So it'll be there for about a second. We'll copy that and put it under each of these, under each of these effects. So it's going to display the effect, wait 24 frames, which is just under a second, and then clear the effect. Instead of just flash, it'll be a little more visible. I'm done with this, it's functional, I'll show you. So this is an HP monitor. What we're doing here is we're pretty much showing the total HP of the player. You can see we have the icon on the screen. So if I use the poisoned apple, now you can see I have 3. And if I use the poisoned apple again, now you can see I have 2. Until eventually I have 1. And then even further eventually when I have none. And then I'm slain. So I'm dead. So there's that. So that's a functional heart monitor. Again, this is Big 33. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have some fun with RPG Maker. And don't remember, or do remember, just do remember, have fun.